Hello everyone, welcome again to my channel. Today is part 2 of my habit series, and the topic I'm talking to today is making it attractive. Okay, so basically the implementation intention is depending on the behavior that you're doing. For me, I'll put recording my videos, why not? And basically how it goes, I will behavior, which is recording videos in my office at 9 o'clock in the morning. You are using behavior, location, time. Also add in which day. Another thing to also add is senses, the 5 senses. So I will be feeling the notebook I have in my hand, writing out my script and what I'm going to be talking about for my videos so I know what I need to say. It will smell very clear, very peaceful, no noise aside from maybe a few cars driving by. Another thing I do want to point out, there's another thing that comes with the 4 laws of behavior change, which goes into the 3 layers of behavior change. The first layer is outcomes, and that goes into the results you want of a goal or system that you want to do, whether that is losing weight, eating healthier, working out, creating a business. That is the outer layer. The intermediate layer that is further down is process, and that is changing of habits. So you're changing your current habits to the habits you want that will improve your life. If your goal is to eating healthier, the process would be I am changing the habit of eating junk food to more of fruits and vegetables I buy at the store, adding it in so that I'm not going out to eat a lot. The third layer is change identity, which is at the very center, and that correlates with changing beliefs. For most of us, the way that we've created habits, we started with our outcome, then process, then identity. And for a lot of us, it tends to fail. The best way to go about it is by changing your identity first. You start with your identity. You are becoming that person. Next is the system. Changing your habits, changing your system. And then the last one is the outcome. The outcome of me now with my new identity and my new process, my outcome is that I will become a better person each time I do it. Like Tom Billier would say, if I spend enough time and energy into something, I will be better at it. Which we all will. I have learned that habits are a dopamine-driven feedback loop. And part of that, aside from our cues of our habits, our alarms going off, that's a cue to, it's like, oh, my alarm's going off. Then it's like, all right, I better go turn that off. And so on. The next part, I have learned that there's like a 4 parts. You have your cue, craving, response, reward. We need to understand our cravings. And why does that tie into the dopamine effects and how that ties into our habits? Craving is into every behavior we have, but it's also linked into an underlying motive of our very primitive human nature. The food we eat, it's under a thing where we have to eat to survive. That's part of our primitive human nature. Every behavior we have has a sub-level craving and then a more primitive motive within it. So by understanding that, we could understand it's like, okay, this is why I have this habit, this habit, this habit. But we could turn that around to benefit us. Now, why craving goes into dopamine? Dopamine is just one facet of the many chemicals that is activated in our brain. But what helps is that if we have the desire to do something, that feeling, especially it's like, I want to eat tacos. You're craving the tacos because it's food and our primitive behavior is that we need food to survive. The desire of tacos, the feeling you get when you're eating the tacos, it makes people happy. The smell is delicious. It correlates into that. And it helps give us a foundation, because without desire of it, there's not really going to be a craving for it, and there's not going to be a dopamine effect. Let's just say their meal schedule, they've done tacos on Tuesday. It's became a habit that just the anticipation, which is a very key thing that helps spikes dopamine. When you're eating the tacos, your brain gets a thing of dopamine because you're receiving the reward eating the tacos. And because you make it a habit to eat tacos Tuesday, every time Tuesday hits around, oh, it's Taco Tuesday. That anticipation, you get another dopamine hit. And that is further backing up of that habit, so you do it all over again. That is how the process works. And we could use those to make the habits we want more attractive. And the best way that we could do that is a process called temptation bundling. Let's say there's a habit that you want to do, but you have some of these other habits. Netflix binge watching, or scrolling through social media. Something like that we constantly find ourselves doing it. Start doing this. If you are gonna go binge watch TV, but you also want to work out, I will work out, then I get to watch some TV. Because you're doing something you want, but you're also adding in an action that you need to do. Which, it's okay to start small doing so. But over time, as you keep doing it, because you're kind of backing up with something you want to do, the dopamine, the desire to do it, and with the anticipation, it's like, oh, I get to watch TV. But to do that, I don't know, let's say you have this machine that you could, like, you set it up in front of your TV. And as you are pedaling, You get to reward yourself with watching a show you want to watch. And because of you're doing that long enough, every time you anticipate it, the more attractive it is, the more you're interested, and the more likely you're going to do it. There's also a way to do the opposite of the habits you don't want. Part of it is reframing your state of mind. According to the book, they found information of another book to help smokers quit. And what they did, they reframed the mindset, which turns like smoking does nothing for me. They change it where you're highlighting the benefits of not doing that habit. By not smoking, you're miraculously getting better in your health, financially, your self-confidence, your respect, and you're improving your quality of your future life. They change the desire. By taking away that desire, you're not going to want to do that habit anymore, which is also the same way to make it more attractive. Highlight the benefits of doing the good habits. By doing this, I'm getting healthier, I'm getting stronger, and relate it to something you want to do. According to the book, do something you love doing before doing a difficult habit. By doing that habit that you need to do with something you want to do, it makes it more interesting that you tend to do it a lot more. Another key factor is our social groups. The people we surround ourselves with also influence our habits. The family we grew up with, the friends we hang out with. The closer you are to someone, the more likely you have picked up some of their habits. They will still affect you, which goes into 3 groups. The close, which is like friends and family. Even when we were a baby, growing up, we would see the things our parents do and we imitate it. It influenced us. The tribe, the many, that's basically the big groups that we're in. We go to school. We pick up on some habits that are influenced by the group that we're surrounded with, the teachers, the classmates. We pick up on that and we don't tend to question it. We rely on their appraisal and their approval. So that's why some of the things that we used to do as a kid, but as soon as we found out that the group doesn't like it, it overrides that habit that we tend to stop and tend to do things that we will get more praise from the group. The third one is the people with status. The people we admire, we tend to imitate them. The things that they do that makes them so successful, which is why some of us cosplay or something. We admire the people we have seen and we try to follow their footsteps on what they did by imitating them because we admire them. They had status and all of that correlated in it. They what brings us inspiration and we wanted to be like them. So we try imitating what they do and it sticks around with us. If there are people, groups of any of those 3 categories, the close, the tribe, and the powerful group, we could change that by who we choose to spend our time around with. And if you want the habits that help make you better, join a community where the habits you want are the normal habits that that group is already doing and join that community. Another reason why I'm doing this channel, I'm trying to spread awareness, but also a community of like-minded people that they could come in and learn and grow to become the person they want to become. It's pretty fascinating on learning what we find attractive, and because we've been doing it, it gave us evidence to back up. It's like, oh, this is a good thing. I like this. And you're more likely to do it, which explains quite a lot. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please like, subscribe, and leave a comment in the video of what else I could improve on, which I am grateful from the messages I received in my previous video. I did notice of pausing for too long, which thank you for bringing that to my attention. I did not realize it until I watched it myself. But yeah, thank you so much. If you guys are interested in part 3, please like, share, and leave a comment of more down in the comments. I really appreciate it. Have a great day, everyone. Let's continue doing the work and be great. I'll see you in the next video.